All right, let's get right into it. We have this idea that being smart is all about knowing more stuff, right? Like having more facts and more answers crammed into your brain. But what if that's completely wrong? What we're going to explore today is this idea that real intelligence, it's not about what you know, it's all about how you think. Seriously, just think about it for a second. What is it that really makes someone sharp? What separates the truly brilliant thinkers from, well, everyone else? Is it just about having a crazy good memory or getting perfect grades? I don't think so.
The common trap is thinking that smart people are just walking encyclopedias. They've got an answer for everything, right? Well, that's actually a huge misconception. Just because you have more data doesn't mean you're going to make better decisions. It just doesn't work that way.
And here it is. This is the big shift. The real difference isn't in the information someone has, it's in their process. It's about how they look at a problem, how they manage stress, and yeah, even how they handle a simple conversation. It's a set of habits, not a collection of facts. And you know what the best part is? These are habits anyone can learn.
Okay, so let's start with something we all do every day. Talk to people. We're going to break down two incredibly simple but really powerful habits that can completely transform how you interact with others.
So, look at this comparison. It's so true, isn't it? The default, common way to handle a disagreement is to make it a fight. It becomes a battle of egos. You argue, you get defensive, you just want to win. But the smart way? It's a totally different game. It's not about winning, it's about learning. You shift from I need to prove my point to I need to understand theirs.
And this phrase right here, this is like a secret weapon. The second you say this, the whole dynamic of the conversation changes. You're not attacking them anymore. You're inviting them in. And when you do that, defenses drop, a real conversation can actually begin, and that's where minds, including your own, can actually be changed.
Okay, habit number 2 is also about conversations, but it's about what you don't say. It's all about silence. I think most of us are kind of terrified of it, right? That awkward pause. So we rush to fill it, usually with words we haven't really thought through. But smarter thinkers see silence totally differently. To them, it's not some awkward void. It's a space. It's a tool to think, to really listen, and to choose what you say next with intention. And here's a super practical way to start doing this. I mean, you can try this literally today. The next time someone asks you a question, just pause. In your head, just count to 3. 1, 2, 3. In that tiny little gap, you give your brain a chance to catch up and deliver an answer that is so much better than your first knee-jerk reaction. So, we've talked about our external conversations. Now let's turn inward and look at our internal ones. These next couple of habits are all about how you manage your own mind when things get difficult.
This one's a classic. It is so easy to get stuck on one specific failure, right? A project that went wrong, a job interview that bombed, and we see it as this huge, overwhelming problem. But smart thinkers, they zoom out. They don't see a problem, they see a puzzle. They start looking for the pieces, for the patterns, and they ask, okay, what's really going on here? What can I learn from this?
And this quote just nails it. Panicking is pure emotion. It's a reaction to a problem. But planning, that's a logical approach to a puzzle. Just by reframing the situation in your head, you go from feeling totally helpless to feeling like you have some control, some strategy. This brings us to a habit that is a massive energy saver. Just look at this table. Think about how much of our daily stress comes from worrying about the stuff in that left column, things we have zero power over. Smart thinkers make a conscious choice to pretty much ignore that column and pour all of their energy into the column on the right, the things they can actually do something about. And here's the bottom line. Every single bit of mental energy you spend on stuff you can't control is just wasted. It's gone. By focusing only on your actions, your effort, your response, you free up a ton of power to actually make a difference. So we've gone through 4 really powerful habits. But this last one, this might just be the most important of them all. This is the one that really ties everything else together. It is the power of the pause.
So check out this flow here. Something happens, right? A trigger. Someone cuts you off in traffic. You get a rude email. The common path, the default path, is an immediate emotional reaction. You get angry, you feel stressed, maybe you complain. But look at the smart path. There's just one extra step in there, and it changes absolutely everything. A simple pause. That little bit of space, the gap between what happens and how you respond, that is everything. That is where your power is. That's the moment you take control back from your emotions.
It's the difference between just reacting and actually responding like a thinking, intelligent person.
And that's really the ultimate reward, isn't it? The person who can stay calm while everyone else is losing their cool, the person who thinks while others are just reacting, that's the person who has the advantage. That's the person who makes better choices and ultimately gets better results. Okay, so we've just covered 5 habits that can be total game changers. The real question now is, what do you do with this? How do you actually put it into practice? So here they are, all on one slide. Ask questions, don't argue. Use silence, see puzzles, not problems. Focus on what you can control. And the big one, always pause before you react.
And this part is so important. Please don't feel like you have to go out and master all 5 of these by tomorrow. That's just setting yourself up to fail. The smart way to do this is to start small.
So, I'm going to leave you with this question. Just look at the list again. Which one of these 5 habits could you start working on this week? Just one. Maybe it's counting to 3 before you answer a question. Or maybe it's just trying to say, help me understand. Choosing one and really focusing on it, that's the first step to thinking differently. And at the end of the day, that is what being truly smart is all about.